Welcome back to the Mind and Money podcast. I'm Val, a financial planner.
And I'm Sherry, a financial coach. And today we're going down a TikTok rabbit hole and reading the comments from a video that was looking for unhinged tips to help ADHDers do life. And we're also going to sprinkle in some of our own too and probably go on 7 tangents. And I think I might have shared this one in a previous video around decluttering, but I'm not 100% sure. But this is the extreme unhinged version of does it spark joy? And that is, if an item had shit on it, would you clean it or throw it away? And if you would throw it away, would you replace it? It's a great way to make decluttering decisions.
Yep. Love that one. I use I think we did share this, like the spontaneous combustion. If it spontaneously combusted, would I replace it?
It's way less gross. Way less gross. And then a lot of these kind of lean into making yourself uncomfortable to encourage you to do things. And here's a few examples. If I really need to get something done, I will make one of my socks wet. And the rule is that I can only change them when the task is complete. And another one was if I really have to get up at a specific time in the morning, they will chug several glasses of water before bed, because then they would be worried that if they try and go back to sleep after they wake up in the morning or hit snooze, that they would piss the bed. So very, very creative in creating uncomfortableness.
Yep. Can you think of any in your world that you do with the discomfort?
I think not me specifically, but on the financial standpoint of a client and discomfort is I have a client who has to set things up and move money where she wants it to go. So she has zero wiggle room in her bills checking account. So she knows if I swipe this debit card that's going to come out of my bills checking account, I am fucking something up. There's going to be like an NSF. I'm going to miss a payment. I'm not going to have money for something that is already scheduled to come out of this account.
Okay. I do use the water trick. I try to chug water before bed to make sure I get up in the morning. But sometimes I get up and I go pee and then I go back to bed. So then I'm like, oh, you got me there.
The fact that we're adults and can make our own decisions, it's a blessing and a curse. Because I've never tried that one. Because usually once I'm up, I'm up. Maybe I'll be more intentional with that.
You're also really good at getting enough sleep and strong sleep hygiene. So, and your days typically allow you to gracefully wake up. I would assume you look very graceful when you wake up. That's what I would assume.
I don't look super graceful when I wake up, but I do have a really good morning routine, and also don't put pressure on myself to get up early, because we've talked about this. Every morning I meditate and I lay down on an acupressure mat. So that's like the modern day version of a bed of nails. And I also do it while I have my red light mask on after I journal. But also, full transparency, I am an empty nester. I don't have little children to take care of. My husband works outside of the home. But yesterday, I made myself bleed because I was getting up from my acupressure mat, and those bitches be sharp right on my knuckle. Yeah, anyways, squirrel.
You're also an empty animaler. You don't have a golden retriever that slaps his tail.
Yeah. So every time, if you hear me sharing something or talking about something, you're like, why the fuck can't I do that?
Situational.
I am fully self-employed in my business. I don't have other people to take care of other than we support a household together, my husband and I. Take everything with a grain of salt. And you do you and what's important to you. And it's really a focus of mine to do what I can to help my sleep, to get enough sleep. I spent so many years working shift work, working weekends, working so many hours in a week like it was a badge of honor. And now I'm just like, fuck that shit. I am doing what I want and leaning into what I want my life to look like.
I would say that is beautiful, and I want more people to live that way. And then for ADHD hacks for us, because we can, as adults and self-employed people, be a little too free range. There's I wouldn't say this is too unhinged though, but I make this morning drink that's lemon juice, cayenne pepper, Celtic salt.
Sounds fucking disgusting.
Ginger. So at first, yeah, but now it kind of tastes like the Swiss chalet sauce, the special sauce.
Which is also disgusting. I said what I
I used
said.
to love it, but then I found out it had chicken fat in it. So I have tricked myself, but I'm like, okay, before you have anything else, have this like warm glass with these goodies in them. I like it now, but then I also make myself drink a thing of water before I have a coffee.
Oh, I should probably do that. Okay, here's
You should.
not it's just a little more
But
unhinged. And this was inspired by a TikTok because I do not eat enough fruits and vegetables. And I'm consciously trying to eat more. And I have another hack that I'll share. But this one lady came up on my feed, and you tell me if you've heard this. Have you heard of dinosaur time on TikTok?
no.
You're going to shake your head at this. So, this woman was also not getting enough vegetables, and I think part of it was like I don't know if there's any facts behind this. It's like you crave what you're eating first thing in the morning, or like the thing that you eat
I
first thing in the
heard.
morning is very impactful. And what she was doing was she was taking lettuce, balling it up, and eating
Yep.
it first thing in the morning. You take your lettuce, you give it a little rinse, you just ball it up and you eat it. And she was calling that dinosaur time. And I've been doing this, and it's not as gross as you would think. And
No,
it's just like it's probably not a full serving of lettuce because I feel like you need 10 pounds for a serving of lettuce. But it's like, so I
but it's better than nothing.
eat my little dinosaur ball of lettuce while I'm
Yeah.
making my coffee. And then I also make a protein shake, which is not sponsored, but Revolution Nutrition protein powder and like the juicy flavored ones. And I'll take a couple of chugs of that before I have my coffee, but I should probably add a little water in there too. But yeah,
Yeah, dinosaurs
dinosaur
would like
time.
water. But lettuce is pretty water based. But okay, so I saw a video like this. I don't know, maybe she call it dinosaur time, but what I gleaned from it was that your taste buds crave what they have first thing in the morning. It's like palate reset. And I was like, okay. And often my morning breakfasts are sweeter. So even if it's oatmeal with berries and peanut butter, it's still sweeter. So I was totally thinking I should be doing some sort of dinosaur time. So I love that. Gonna try that.
Dinosaur
What I
time.
do too is I will throw whole fruits and vegetables in my bag if I have to go drive somewhere, like 2 whole carrots and an apple, and then I try to finish them before I get there, like a rabbit. Just eat them.
I would like you to take a video of this
Oh,
next time
gladly.
you're an apple, not weird. A carrot, a
It's the
little,
carrot.
maybe not quite
It's
unhinged, but a little unusual.
it's when I don't get it eaten in time, and then I like open my bag in my client's house and I just see like a giant carrot sitting at the bottom of it. I'm like, good thing no one's looking
Teeth
over my
marks in it.
shoulder. Yeah, yeah.
Also, maybe the unhinged title wasn't the right title, but I'm leaning into it. But
Yeah.
another thing that I have been doing is it's all about location for things, right? I put things where they're going to interrupt my day if they need attention in my day. And
Yes.
for like a week, I had a cucumber in my fridge that I'm like, I'm going to eat more vegetables. I'm going to buy a cucumber. And I was just moving it around. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I need to eat this cucumber before we all know how cucumbers
It
get
goes
when
bad.
they're not
Ooh.
good. So I put it on top of something that I'm using consistently, which is my yogurt. I have yogurt and fruit in the afternoon, so I just put the damn carrot on top of carrots, put the
It's
damn
okay.
cucumber
I know
on
what you
top
meant.
of the yogurt. So now when I'm having my yogurt, I also have some cut up cucumbers. When I think about it too, I've been doing that for the last couple of days, and I haven't been a snacky in the evenings. And what do you know? When you eat adequate nutrition throughout the day, you don't feel like you need to hoover everything in sight in the evening.
Who knew? Who knew? I'll make, so like, sometimes when there's that like chore or thing you want to do, for mine, it was moving some of my house plants outside. I was like, oh, it's nice enough. But I made a deal with myself, you have to do this before you can do that. Even though it's kind of a boring chore, it's something that I was excited about. If I see something that motivates me or excites me, I try to weave it into being a reward.
Nice, nice,
And
nice.
some days, the dog walk that is a reward is also the dog walk that I dread because it really depends on that energy, right? Which is
It
interesting.
does, which probably links back to your nutrition. So having some habits to have a little dinosaur time might help with that. Okay, here are a couple ones that I like. I've absolutely thrown out Tupperware with old food in it instead of washing it. And I truly hope, I know Tupperware is just the generic thing for plastic containers, and I hope it's not genuine Tupperware because that shit's expensive.
Yeah, it's probably more like the genuine plastic containers.
It's the Ziploc. And oh, here's one that I like. I ask ChatGPT to turn my task for the day into a medieval quest. It gives me chapters, emojis, even stat points. And it's like, how can you align those tasks that you want to do and make it fun? And maybe just ask ChatGPT
Yes.
how to make it fun.
Yes.
And
Yes.
like, there's lots of
I'm
comments
gonna do
around like
that with mine.
role playing to do things. So I'm not washing the dishes. I'm cleaning up the
Giving them a
tavern
bath.
before meeting with like the dangerous highwaymen. I don't know what that's from. That's probably from some show. Or I pretend like I might die, and then that motivates them to keep their house in order, because when you think about, if you die, especially if you live alone or you just think you have a roommate, then somebody is going through all of your stuff. Also, side note, if you're a single person and you have some stuff in your house that you don't want your mom or your sister to find, have arrangements with somebody who you would be less embarrassed with them finding it, to clear that out of your space before the fam jam gets in there. You're welcome.
Yeah. This isn't really unhinged, but if the vehicle isn't fully cleared out of stuff, I leave a door open. And there's been multiple times that my neighbor has sent me a Snapchat and been like, hey, car door's open. And I'm like, oh, I know.
So you
I
leave
know I came home 3 hours ago.
you're
Door's
creating
wide open.
accountability with your neighbor, who you'll be like, you
Yeah.
left your door open.
Yeah. Yeah. So now there is a bit of that pressure that I'm like, I don't want them to get notified, so I have to get all my stuff out of here.
I don't want to be embarrassed by my neighbor. This is a cool one. They set multiple alarms, but the twist is each alarm is a different song for every hour, so that they are conscious that time is passing. So they say that it's really helped them with their time blindness. So if you're working from home, or I guess even if you work in an office and you wear headphones or whatever, I know it's 2 p.m. because this song came on, and having something prompt you every hour, because like I have my stand alert set up on my Apple Watch, and there are so
Yes.
many times when there's times when it buzzes and I don't even register that it does, but when I do register it, I'm
Yeah.
like, how is it possible that
Yes.
it's now 10 minutes to the next hour? Like, the hour just
Like, it
turned
just
10
went
minutes
off. This
ago.
can't be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Oh, I love this one. Instead of scrolling through all the old friends on Facebook to clean it up, I just delete them on their birthday when the reminder pops up.
That's a solution.
It's kind of like the Facebook friends cleanup solution of cleaning up your apps when they are encouraging you to do an update. It's like, oh, hey friend, it's your birthday. But fun fact, if I was this person's friend, they'd never delete me because I don't share my birthday on Facebook. And I don't do that because I like, unless you're somebody that I'm on like chatting, texting terms with, sending you happy birthday wishes or posting on your wall, because there are too many times when I did do that I would look, and the last time I messaged them was the year before on their birthday and the year before on their birthday. Like, if we're never talking, I'm not telling you happy birthday. And also, I'm just like,
Interesting. See,
if you know my birthday, that's great. You can wish me happy birthday. But if you don't, Facebook's not going to tell you. It's a friend test, maybe.
interesting. Yeah, because I'll just be like, happy birthday. And it's like, yeah, interesting.
And like, how many times is that's the last message that you've sent them? And also, it's like, okay, I've sent you happy birthday the last 3 years. You haven't sent it to me. Like,
But they don't
fuck
know your
off.
birthday, Sherry,
No,
because you're putting them
this was
through the friendship test.
this is before. Okay, interesting. I made little clay versions of most things I buy from the grocery store and made them into magnets for my fridge to use as my grocery list. I never
I could see
forget.
Haley doing that.
Yeah, that's it, because then you don't have to open the fridge if you've got like, here's all the things I buy and here's the list of
That
things
is so cool.
I need. You just like snap a picture of that before you head out the door. If you're ordering online, it's just right there.
That's
Interesting.
fun. That would just be like a fun exercise.
Yeah, to make those little, I'm not crafty. I don't have those abilities.
I wouldn't even know what it was. I'd be like, I don't know what I'm out of, but there's something on my fridge. I don't know what I tried to make.
Bringing your pets into the support team for ADHDers. I started giving my cats treats when I need to start my bedtime routine, so they'll remind me when I need to go to bed.
Love that. Yes. Should start feeding my dogs earlier so they just really wake me up. But
I
then
feel
that
like cats
backfires
are
on
more
weekends.
reliable at time telling than dogs, but I have no theory to
My dogs
back that up.
know. they know. Yeah, but yeah, cats are typically more noxious.
On the cat theme again, I got a cat. Everything I do is for him. He deserves a clean house and a normal daily routine.
Which is very sweet. I love
Yeah,
that.
that's cute. There's lots of things around, and something we've touched on before is having multiples of things. Somebody like they have a backpack for each activity they're leaving the house for. So if they do like
Yes.
craft night outside and they go swimming to
Or
aquafit
like
or
work
whatever.
versus personal.
Yeah. Yeah, there's so many things, and I love the creativity of the ADHD brain and how we can come up with so many different
Yeah, like
things. And
what a time to be alive.
what a time to be alive where you can Google ADHD unhinged life hacks and come up with a list of things and probably 10 or more Reddit threads where people are
Mm-hmm.
sharing what works for them, and it gives you ideas and aha moments. And quit trying to do all the things that other people do, because the things that are going to work for neurotypicals don't work for our ADHD brains. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes we have to do really weird things and they don't make sense to other people. There's been times when I've done things and put those barriers in place so that I can't go upstairs without like tripping over the laundry basket because it's got my sheets in it. And if I don't make the bed, it's going to be bedtime. I'm going to be pissed off. And there's been a couple times where my husband's gone to take that laundry basket. So I was like, no, no, no. You need to leave that laundry basket there. Don't take it up
Step over that.
unless you're making the bed, because that's there
Yes.
as an indicator for something for me. Like, how can I
Mm-hmm.
put barriers in place to be a hard stop or a hard redirect to do what I need to do?
Yes.
And when it comes to this with your money, different accounts, different things. If you've got an account that's just for bills and an account that's for spending, which is something that's chef's kiss for ADHDers, don't have a debit card
Mm-hmm.
for your bills account. That's going to mess things
Yeah.
up because
Yeah.
that's your
Don't have
bills
them
account.
there.
I can't think, you don't, maybe you have a debit card or a debit credit card so you can pay some bills online, but that she doesn't go in your wallet or your phone. She's got a drawer where she
Mm-hmm.
stays in. So many
Yes.
different things. So if you've got some ADHD hacks, hinged or unhinged, we would love
Yeah. Share them with
to
us.
hear them. Share them with us, connect with us on social media and share them there, or send us a DM. There's lots of ways to get in touch with us. So we are glad you've been here, and we can't wait to see you next time on the Mind and Money podcast. Have a great day.